pocket hole jig's pretty neat. This portable one, it's got the jig itself set up for 2 holes, and this is how you adjust for the thickness of the wood. Clamp adapter, Allen wrench to change your depth guide on your drill, and the driver. And it's pretty straightforward to use. These little plastic tabs move, and you can adjust for the thickness of your wood, and then you just put it right on the wood in position where you roughly want your holes. This angle cut still will work. Obviously it's set up with 90-degree cuts in mind, but it'll still work on this. Once you have it into position and you have your depth set up, and it's pretty neat right here in the case, they have it set up where you can measure it, so it really takes all the measuring out. You don't have to sit there with a tape measure and adjust it that way. You just have your drill bit into position and then mark it to where you want it. And then of course the drill bit itself has set up with a Allen wrench nut to lock it into place. After that, you load the drill bit into your drill of choice, and then you put the clamp adapter on. The big version comes with its own clamping system. This one you have to provide your own clamp. It hasn't really struck me as a big deal. Works just fine. With the jig clamped in place, you just put the drill bit 1 hole at a time and drill until you meet your depth guide. Because I don't have a tripod system in place, I won't even try to capture that. I'll just drill the 2 holes and show you the result. So remove the clamp. Remove the jig. And we have 2 pocket holes put into place. The driver is designed to get into those openings, to those holes, and you drive your screws home. We'll just repeat the process for each of the rafters where we've marked out. We've set things up in mind that the holes are going to be designed so that the water will flow out if any comes in. This will be on the back side or the inside of the greenhouse. We're still going to have condensations. Greenhouses do have quite a bit of condensation in them, but we've set those holes so they drain down, so water can't collect in the bottom of the holes. The screws we're going to be using for this are Kreg Pocket Hole screws, and they are set up for exterior use. So they have like a plastic or some sort of coating on them. Alright, we're going to drill the other holes, and then we're gonna screw them together. So here we are. We've used the jig to make our cuts, and now we've used the pocket holes to screw them together. Probably could have went with 1 more hole and put 3 screws, but with the gussets on there, that's really where the strength will be coming from. The original kit just had the nail-in plates. They weren't toe-nailed at all. I'm using the pocket screws just because I find it a lot easier than toe-nailing. help with the greenhouse build, we're also using the Kreg Pocket Jig. This is the portable one, which you have to clamp down, and we're using that to make pocket holes for the rafters. The holes are going to be on the back side, so there won't be any rain or snow getting into them. There will still be condensation issues just because it's a greenhouse and it's wood, but that will help really kind of tie things up. We're also going to use some plates to nail the upper rafter and lower rafter together, but the pocket holes with the screws will make it easier to have the plates put in place. The screws are rated for outdoors, and you do have to buy the screws along with the jig separately than the jig. That's pretty neat.